The already huge sales of illicit cigarettes throughout South Africa have increased massively this year. A new investigation by Tax Justice South Africa has discovered that this illegal trade has made a dramatic upturn in 2021, with further billions of rand filling the pockets of the criminal manufacturers. This black market, the largest of its kind in the world, now completely dominates the country's cigarette trade. For the second time in the past year, an undercover Tax Justice South Africa team secretly filmed shopkeepers brazenly, unchecked and openly selling cigarettes at up to 4 times below the legally feasible price in 96% of the stores visited in Cape Town, Johannesburg and Pretoria. And now, it's not just the packs and cartons of cigarettes that are being sold. In 2021, manufacturers have flooded the market with master cases, large boxes, each containing 500 packs of cigarettes at often even lower price. Bulk illicit cigarettes, not just available at wholesale outlets, but almost everywhere, even in small shops. Innocent-looking cardboard boxes, helping to rob the South African tax fiscus of billions of rand in lost revenue, vitally needed funds which could help save lives in the coronavirus pandemic.
If I want to buy a master case, can you get for me? 50 cartons was in the master case.
One full box?
Yeah.
Sahawi, I give you the full box 95 rand.
95 in a carton, times 50.
Is the 4,750.
Discount that. So you can get any time I want, I can come. Yeah, it's there. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
South Africa's economy is in a poor state. We know that our government is in need of money to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. We know there's a shortage of vaccines. Yet these criminals are brazen. What we are seeing here is daylight robbery on a mass scale. Billions of rands are going into the pockets of these criminals. They are making money, and we are saying that it's now time for action. We are sick and tired of this lawlessness. These criminals are running amok, and the lawlessness must come to an end.
In the first Tax Justice South Africa undercover investigation at the beginning of the year, cigarettes were shown being sold for as little as 7 rand and 20 cents a pack, sold by shopkeepers who believe they are above the law. In fact, by merchants who don't even care about the law.
You know, worry for the police and the cigarette.
Don't worry about the police.
I'm worried for the police.
No, don't worry, police not nothing, something problem now.
You say don't need to worry about SARS and whatnot.
No, the people talking nonsense.
Now, our second expose has found in the past few weeks that some shopkeepers are becoming even more confident that they won't get caught by authorities such as SARS breaking the law.
Can't get into trouble with this stuff.
Yeah.
The SARS or police.
Police? No police.
You know what it is.
Naturally, this aspect of being able to buy cigarettes below the legal tax limit of the minimum collectible tax, or MCT, is most worrying now in 2021 because our team found they are available in bulk, in master cases, of 500 cigarette packs at a go. So even when the price of an individual pack sold in a master case is sometimes not far below the MCT, when a case is bought, the tax loss is multiple in effect.
Chicago. Everybody, I need 50 box.
50 gross.
Yeah.
One box.
Yeah. How much?
10,000.
Okay, can I have one?
One box.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many you want?
50 cartons.
50 cartons?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me money, I give you.
4,850.
Yeah.
Okay. 50 cartons is what's in the big box.
Yeah, have?
You have?
Yeah. Which one you need?
Sharp.
Yeah, everything have.
How much?
9,550 I give you, you buy box.
Remington Goldness, how much?
I give you 4,250 box.
Say again?
4,250.
4,250. Okay. And the Remington Gold?
Yes.
You got master case. How much?
4,300.
On master 4,300 na?
4,400.
Yeah. Thank you. You got the receipt for me?
And the investigation has found tax not just being avoided, but being illegally evaded across the nation on a staggering scale. Now, in 2021 in South Africa, excise duty of 18 Rand and 78 cents is supposed to be paid on every pack of 20 cigarettes, as well as 15% VAT tax. So the basic legal cost of MCT is 21 Rand and 60 cents. If any cigarettes are sold below 21 Rand and 60 cents per pack, clearly the tax has not been paid.
How much a carton? What's the cheapest one here?
Oxford.
How much?
This one is 70 Rand.
How much is the cheapest one you have?
Remington Gold is 13, VIP 13, Orphan is 10 Rand a packet.
But 21 Rand and 60 cents, the MCT, is only tax. There's also the cost of the tobacco, the raw material, production and manufacturer's profit margin, and the distribution cost, as well as the retailer's profit margin. Take all that into account, for the sale of any cigarette pack to be sustainable and legal, the minimum sale price has to be at least 26 Rand and 50 cents.
16 Rand a packet. Chow is 16 Rand a packet, yeah?
150.
Yes. So how much is one packet?
80 Rand.
80.
One gross.
80.
And loose packet 10 Rand.
Whether you're paying 6 Rand, whether you're paying 18 or 19 Rand, it's still illegal. You are also breaking the law because the minimum collectible taxes are not being paid.
How much is the cheapest carton cigarette you got?
Premium.
How much?
190.
190. Remington Gold is how much?
95.
95. And VIP?
92.
92.
এটা 16 টাকা। This 75.
75, Sasha.
Our investigators found that by far the cheapest way to buy illicit cigarettes was by the master case, with the price of a pack of 20 cigarettes going down as low as 6 Rand a pack, over 20 Rand less than is possible if taxes and overheads have been legally paid. And one of the shops offering this clearly illegal price is just 100 meters from a police station.
I want to buy master case. Master case. 50 gross.
3,000.
Yeah. I want to buy master case one.
Yeah.
How much? 3,000.
Due to new so-called sin taxes introduced earlier this year, cigarettes are supposed to be even more expensive to buy. Government taxes on cigarettes were raised again in March by just under 8%. But even when buying individual packs or cartons, the new Tax Justice South Africa survey has found that it is possible to buy illicit cigarettes at up to 20% less now than during last year.
Which is the cheapest carton one?
70 Rand. Sasa. What is cheap? 70 Rand.
I want to buy carton cigarettes. What's the cheapest here? Red and black. How much? 65.
Where do the illicit cigarettes come from? An Ipsos survey earlier this year found that half of all products bought below MCT were brands registered to the South African and Zimbabwean company Gold Leaf Tobacco Corporation, or GLTC. Brands registered to another South African company, Carnilinx, Ipsos said were the next most prevalent. Carnilinx is a member of the South African FITA Cigarette Trade Association. Our latest investigation found brands registered to other FITA member companies, Afroberg and Best Tobacco, also being sold at too low a price to be legal. Just to reinforce the point, the excise tax of nearly 20 Rand is meant to be paid by these manufacturers when their cigarettes leave their factories. But when a cigarette is sold for 6 Rand, that is clearly not happening. When Tax Justice South Africa requested an interview with Sinan Mnguni, the chairman of FITA, to discuss our investigation, he declined. But he has previously stated that all FITA members are tax compliant. Gold Leaf's trade association, SATO, released a statement that, I quote, GLTC emphatically denies all and any allegations of illicit trading. We did some further investigation in Johannesburg in September.
In this, our latest investigation, we bought thousands of cigarettes carrying the Afroberg brand for as little as R6 per pack. In a single purchase in Cape Town, we bought 500 packs of Cape cigarettes, a brand belonging to Afroberg, for just R3,000. Afroberg has been producing Cape cigarettes here at this factory behind me in southern Johannesburg. But today, it appears that no business is being conducted.
Even though the factory was quiet, the security men guarding the industrial estate housing the plant were very jumpy, crossing right across a public main road to question us. And security guards at another cigarette manufacturer in eastern Johannesburg, Folha, were also most attentive off camera. Even though at this Germiston plant, again it appeared as if business had been stopped, with no activity at all. Folha is also a FITA member, and brands belonging to the company were also found selling below MCT in the Ipsos studies. But millions of illicit cigarettes are being illegally trucked into South Africa through the borders and distributed throughout the country. The most popular illicit, illegally imported cigarette is Remington Gold, registered again to GLTC in Zimbabwe. Massive police seizures of trucks full of contraband cigarettes are happening almost daily.
This truck will be coming from Zimbabwe, from the Bedbridge border gate. It is full of illicit cigarette. I am told it is to the value of approximately 13 million rand. This is quite a sickness, an illness to our fiscals.
This is a petrol tanker found stuffed with master cases of illicit cigarettes. The South African Army, or SANDF, are also making huge seizures at or near the country's borders, but observers report authorities are only intercepting a tiny fraction of the tsunami of cigarettes illegally flowing over South Africa's borders.
The smuggling is continuing. We know that our borders are not being policed very effectively. We know that trucks are coming in with millions of rands of cigarettes, especially from Zimbabwe. Very often they are stopped. They often also bribe corrupt officials at the borders. Some of them get arrested, others smuggle the goods into South Africa. So we are saying that while some progress has been made, there is not been enough progress.
Whatever measures the authorities have taken since Tax Justice South Africa submitted its first report in January have failed to stem this rising tide of crime. Tax Justice South Africa calls on the government to tackle this growing menace as a national priority and proposes a strong call to action, including the immediate enforcement of SARS production counter regulations to ensure all licensed manufacturers account for every cigarette they make. The closure by SARS of any tobacco manufacturing plant producing brands of cigarettes which are sold beneath the MCT. The arrest and prosecution of those running these organizations. In Tax Justice South Africa's view, they are stealing from the public purse by evading tax and excise. The seizure of these companies' assets and the funds gained returned to the state. The setting of a minimum price for tobacco products at retail and wholesale level of 30% above MCT. If cigarettes are found below that level, they should be seized as being illegal. An educational program to be created for retailers to help them identify which brands are illegal and should not be sold. This can be paid for out of tobacco excise. And finally, a national inquiry should be launched into the South African tobacco industry, aimed at ridding the country of the scourge of illicit cigarettes once and for all. Since our undercover investigation, SARS appears to be stepping up its campaign against the flood of illegal cigarettes, many of which are coming into the country in trucks. The tax authority has gone to court against a tobacco importer and transporter, seeking 19 billion rand in unpaid taxes. This is twice the excise revenue SARS will actually manage to collect from cigarette sales this year. In the court document, SARS says the respondent is evidently involved in the illicit trade in tobacco. And in Johannesburg, the SARS National Rapid Response Team, working with police, reportedly recently shut down an unregistered tobacco manufacturing plant and seized all the manufacturing equipment. SARS has stated the plant is linked to a specific licensed cigarette manufacturer through a particular brand of tobacco products found on the premises. Meanwhile, FITA apparently no longer represents Afroberg, whose name has been removed from its website. In the last 2 years, Gold Leaf Tobacco and another producer, Amalgamated Tobacco Manufacturers, have also parted ways with FITA. Although it claims to speak on behalf of the local tobacco industry, FITA's membership now barely accounts for a third of South Africa's cigarette producers. In another shocking development, a new Ipsos report released in November reveals illicit trade is showing no sign of abating. Purchases made below MCT in Ipsos' latest study include brands belonging to Afroberg, despite their factories supposedly being shuttered for months. Afroberg-owned brands Cape, as well as Red and Black, are still being sold under MCT, just as they were in the TJSA investigation.
We are back here in the south of Johannesburg, and behind me is the Afroberg plant. Although it is right in the middle of a very busy industrial estate, there appears to be very little or no business activity. Yet cigarette brands bearing their name are still on sale at illicit prices. We urge SARS to investigate how this is happening. We want urgent, decisive action to be taken. We want the people involved in the illicit trade to be brought to book. We want them to be held to account, and we want an end to the lawlessness of these criminal activities we are seeing in our community, where people are selling cigarettes on the black market. South Africa is struggling and desperately needs this looting to come to an end.